It's only a game, so you better believe I'm right. Yes, let's cut that out. It's Nick here, and we're looking at Steve Davis Snooker on the ZX Spectrum 48K, published by CDS Microsystems in 1984. We're going to do this on the joystick. Anyway, it also came out on the Amstrad CPC, the Atari 8-bit, the Commodore 64. Now in this game you can have current microspeech, which is a little box that could do robotic voices, but we haven't got that connected, so we won't do that. But essentially we have to clear the table as quickly as we can. You position your cue ball like so in this hard to control crosshairs thing. Then you select your power. After I've eventually done this, there we go, success. You select your power. Oops, I think I pressed power button too much there. Anyway, then your direction. Oh, there's the power, there we go. And then you spin what you want to do. Now the balls run a bit quick on this, but it's a fantastic job. How does someone go about programming snooker on the ZX Spectrum? Absolute genius. Now this game was by far the most successful snooker game on the ZX Spectrum, and it's probably because it's got Steve Davis's name connected to it, and he absolutely dominated snooker in the 1980s. Was world champion in 1981, 83, 84, 87, 88 and 89. So people didn't really get a look in, apart from of course Dennis Taylor in 1985. Dennis was 7 frames down, if you remember that night if you're old enough, but he come back to win the final on a black ball decider. Those were exciting times. But let's just concentrate on this game here. Now the angles don't work out too badly actually. Good, I potted one. Oops, don't go in blue, that blue's set up. Now when you've hit a red you have to hit the value of the ball, not the volume, I couldn't work that out. The value of the ball by putting your number in, so I've nominated the brown by putting 4. Hopefully the cue ball don't go in here, looks a bit inoffable. There we go, brilliant, that was a great pot by me. But animates quite well, occasional colour bleed as balls pass other ones. You'll see the green ball is just a white outline of an empty circle, so don't be fooled there. But there's a lot moving at the same time, so that, how would you control the physics? How do you program the physics in a game like this? Dunno. So you'll see my visits to the table at the top there. I want to get that as low as possible. And also there's a high break prize in this. Now if I want to be picky, I'd say the dimensions of this table don't really reflect the real life table that well. It's more like a pool table. Nice bit of screw back there. Colour bleed as it goes past the black, but we won't worry about that too much. I turned off the sound. There's one annoying bit of this game which you can get around, which I've turned off, is every time you use these cursor hairs, there's a really high pitched sound. I can't take much of that, so I've turned it off, so it's not a problem at all. Good old Steve Davis. He got an MBE in 1988 for services to snooker, at least I think that's what it was. He didn't win the Falklands or anything. And then in the year 2001 he got an OBE, which just proves you, if you're good at sport, just hang in there and be around long enough and eventually you'll get all the awards that the Queen can give you. I don't think they do it for darts. Oh, that's a close one. I don't think they do it for darts. Right, 3 visits to the table. But I quite like this. There's not much to it. It's fairly basic. It wouldn't sell nowadays. But there were a lot of snooker games on the ZX Spectrum, and in my opinion, this by far the greatest. Especially with Steve's name on it. Around at the time also was Hurricane Higgins and Terry Griffiths. If Hurricane Higgins had been on it, you would have got a free pint, I think, and a cigarette with the game. Terry Griffiths, you probably would have got sleeping pills. He wasn't a very exciting player, was he? I remember once watching a game as a kid. It was Terry Griffiths versus Cliff Thorburn. And Cliff Thorburn wandered to the table at the speed of, I don't know, a concussed sloth. And he was snookered by Terry Griffiths. And he took about a quarter of an hour to do his shot. Those were exciting times back then. That was sport. But, you know, there weren't much on TV. As a kid, I had to watch that. Normally, I would have just gone on to YouTube nowadays or put a DVD in. Let's smack this. Go for the double. Oh, that didn't work out very well. Oh, I potted the black. This is going to be a good game. Can I get more points or fouls? Right, so 14-12 in fouls. You can have 2 players in this, it's turn-based. But, yeah, I haven't done that. Are you a snooker fan? Let me know below. Who's your favourite player? I've sort of lost contact with snooker nowadays. In the 80s and early 90s, there's a few characters about, but as per usual, once money gets into it, all your professionals step in, characters are lost, and suddenly it's not quite as exciting. One sport that hasn't happened in, which is good, is darts. I've watched that on telly quite a lot when it's on, but I've never gone and actually seen a darts game, and I think I'd like to do that. Wear a big hat, drink alcohol, and shout rubbish at 2 people playing darts. I've reviewed a few darts games actually, 180 and Wacky Darts. Both of them are excellent. 180 I've got a slight preference for. Oops, dearie me. The balls certainly do run very fast on this table, as if they're on ice. For a Spectrum game though, absolutely sensational stuff. Had to be in the era really, this was 1984. So by this time, I think in 84, Steve got his 3rd championship, 1984. I missed an opportunity, really. I think it was a few years ago, Steve Davis was actually playing pool as a part of a charity event at my local pub. It was only around the corner, and I think you paid £10, and if he beat you, you get money. No, if he beat you, your money go to charity. If you beat him, I don't know what happened, you took money from the charity. I think the charity lost £8 million. No, that's wrong. I think the charity made money, but it would have been good to go and see him. You don't get too many chances to meet a 6-time snooker world champion. There's only him and Stephen Hendry who got, I think, might have got 7, but I missed out there. I should have gone round. If you're watching Steve Davis, which I know you're not, then I'm sorry. And also sorry to bring up that Dennis Taylor thing beating you in 85, but Dennis only won once, you won 6 times. Dennis Taylor, he with big glasses on. I last saw Dennis Taylor on that Strictly Come Dancing show doing the tango with a rose between his lips. I have to say he's much better than snooker than dancing. Hopeless dancer. Sorry Dennis, if you're watching, which we all know that you're not. Right, is that the right angle? What a shot! Bingo! Which I haven't got any bingo games. I haven't seen this on the Amstrad CPC or the Commodore 64, but I presume it plays very similar, or does it? If you've got it, comment below. And it's also come out on the Atari 8-bit systems, which I haven't seen also. I'd imagine the balls are quite square there, but I might be doing those systems a terrible disservice. I mean, trick shot. That was a good trick shot. The sounds as you'd expect. It's not overpowering at all. Now I've turned off the cursor ones. The click of the balls is well done for the Spectrum bleeper. They've handled that well. The green ball does look a bit strange, but what could they do? It's green on green. They did had no alternative. We've got 2 reds left, and we've got 25 points, and have done 16 fouls. Brilliant. But I do fancy a pint and some crisps here. It's been a while since I've gone down the snooker hall. Do you live locally? Perhaps I'll go down the snooker hall with you. What are you like? Any good? We could meet up. No, let's not. No, let's do. No, we could meet up if you're in California. I want to pay for my ticket over there. We could do that. Right, is that the right angle? Sometimes it's hard to judge here. Oh, enough. So that's 4 extra points on my fouls. Yeah, 25 versus 20. The pockets are quite big in this, so that's nice. Come on. I am Steve Davis. Steve Davis has never played as bad as this. He would have cleared up the table on one visit against me, I think. Right. That's another red. I think it's got to be the yellow, isn't it? We'll nominate that. Colour wanted, 2 for yellow. That's worth 2 points. If you know that snooker game by Chaz and Dave, not snooker game, snooker song, you'll know the order of the colours. Pot the red and screw back. For the yellow, green, brown, blue, pink and black. Not gold or silver or anything. Just stick to that song. That song I don't think was out in 1984. If it was, they would have had the Dream Package with Steve Davis. I don't know, that didn't go in. With Steve Davis as the name of the game and the Chaz and Dave Snooker Loopy song beeping away. That would have been awesome playing all the way through. Or it may have driven us a bit mental. Right, pink to the centre. Can I get this? Well, they say pink, it's really purple. Whoa, what a great shot. That was the shot of the game. Right, yellow next. Yellow wanted. See if I can nick this in. It's a long shot. I'll get my eye down. I'm not using the rest or spider here. Please go in. Oh, that was miles away. Is it going to fluke into the centre pocket? No. I'm ashamed to say I know more about snooker from the 1980s than I do on modern day times. Who is the world champion at the moment? I'll take a wild guess it is Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's the only guy with any charisma or any character in the game. What I like about him is he plays like he's not bothered and still wins. There was one game where he switched over to using his left hand. He's a right-handed snooker player and still won. See, that's the thing, when you're so good at stuff comes easy. I wish I practiced more at snooker as a kid, because that beats were working for a living. Playing snooker. On Wiki, I think I remember that Steve Davis from Snooker so far, because he's still playing, believe it or not, from snooker his earnings have been £5.6 million. That's not bad for knocking a load of balls round the table, and he probably doesn't have any early morning starts and late finishes. Oh, in off. Right, so I've got 40 points and I've done 24 fouls, but I'm the only person that's played this on this computer today, so I'm bound to get a top score, and that's alright with me. In. Not in. Oh god, I'm going to have to try and take this to the top pocket now. So we've got the brown, which is really red. They've done red spotted trying to brown, because the Spectrum can't do brown, it can do red. Is that in? Oh. See, that was potted, but because the white went in as well, it counts as a foul, and I've got to pot it all over again. Right, concentrate, we must be near the end of this. In. Good. Right, blue, pink and black. Well, blue, magenta and black. I think we can double this one, can we? Or maybe take a slow one into the centre pocket. Here we go. This is going to be a gentle one. Take the power down. It's in! What break? We're on 9 break here. I'll put a bit of side on this pink so the white ball doesn't go in, but this could be a good pot. In! No. Trick shot. Yes! Look at that. And look at the position of that. I'm a trick shot specialist. 15 break. This will take the break to 22 if this goes in. Boom! And that's how you play snooker, everyone. Brilliant stuff from me. I am the champion, my friend. Because Dennis Taylor isn't here. It says game over, which must mean it's the end of the frame. The referee never says game over, he just announces the frames. But there we go. I think we'll leave that there. I hope you liked having a look at that one. Quite a magnificent game. It was Steve Davis Snooker on the ZX Spectrum 48K. Oh, I sort of got a high break there. And yeah, come out in 1984 by CDS Systems. Thanks for watching as always. Until next time, take care and goodbye.
Goodbye.